We're back here on Team Fortress TV. Glad you didn't go anywhere. It's still admirable. Yuki and Truck doing work for the i52 North American Qualifiers round robin. We're into the third and final game. Classic Mixup have already secured their place in the best of 5 grand final tomorrow, but right now it's going to be Exertus versus Street Hoops, and the winner of this best of 3 series will be joining Mixup for that chance to go on a, well, not quite all expenses paid trip, but community funded trip to represent North America at the i52 LAN in Coventry, England at the end of August. A great honour. You also get to meet Yuki.
Yeah, and are we meeting you?
I'm looking forward
you
to.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, we're gonna wrestle.
Nice. Should be good. Are we? The question is, is this naked wrestling?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Is there any other sort of wrestling?
Is oil involved? Okay, this is getting a bit far now. Or is it not too far? It's just the right amount of far. Enough of the nude wrestling. Let's talk about this game. So yeah, Exertus and Street Hoops coming up, and it seems Servo is in the server for Exertus. Is this real? Is he just standing in? Did someone go out for a night on the town? Was that Alpha Decimate deciding he'd had enough and just wanted to go party?
I'm gonna demonstrate my ignorance here and say, who is Servo? Eliminate me, man.
Well, on the other side, there's Servo and Alpha, which apparently would be scouts. I assume Servo is typically a pocket soldier, but Rando's here. Mela and Rando, both the soldiers, Roma and Pocket respectively on Exertus. Dononsky, the Demon Man, and the fragile Colon 3G. I wonder if that's him on 3G internet as opposed to just the standard cap base. I guess we'll wait and see.
Yeah, the first map will be Pro Viaduct. This isn't your imagination. We're going to see every map played tonight, potentially. Maybe a little granary to finish things off at some point. But the way this works is that the lower seed eliminates first, and then the higher seed gets to pick. So I guess the seeding's based on the LAN results. So 20B picked Viaduct. It's my deduction. What do you say there, Sherlock?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's a map where almost anything can happen, to be honest.
Decimate's showed up.
There we go. I guess he was going to play because Decimate wasn't showing up, but Decimate decided, you know what, I don't want to go out and party, I want to play video games. Right decision there. Who needs a social life when you have video games? You get to talk to people on Mumble, you don't need to see their face. That's like the perfect social life. It's just like going out to a club and everyone's paper bagged. It's awesome.
Yeah, ice cold. They had him in as a ringer and they're just gonna drop him like that. Also ringing for Street Hoops, if you missed the last game, is Pure standing in for Kozin, who has departed the mighty 20B to join Tyrone's new team. If what I read on the forums is true. Now we see Pure tagged up as 20B. Got any inside gossip there? Yuki, I know you were talking to Dewana off air.
Nah.
Damn it!
It's happening. I promise.
Tight-lipped. Refuses to say anything, but you know, let your imaginations run wild there. I am looking forward to seeing 20B plus Pure at LAN. It's gonna happen, believe. 20 believe.
Yeah, I mean, this is anyone's map, as I was saying. Obviously, there's going to be best of 3, not just this map, but this map could set the pace. Typically very fast-paced map, because as we saw at LAN, there was just constant fighting back and forth on the point. Like, there was pretty much no standard stalemates where people would just like suicide players. It'd just be like fight after fight after fight after fight. So hopefully we'll see some of that. Maybe some sniper action, but when you're constantly fighting, sniper not necessarily the best decision unless you can like hit everything, even if it's flying at like 10,000 miles an hour and flying in the air. But I guess teams are readying up. I can hear the ready up sounds. Or are we being toyed with?
We're being toyed with a little bit. But I'm loving this old school North American exquisite medics. We got Pure on one side, the Fragile on the other. I'm nerding out here, man. I'm in my medic element. But I definitely did hear one team ready up. Oh, and another ready up sign teases my ears. We could be going live soon. Those snipers on this mid, I'm liking it. It's going to be cookie cutter. 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, a demo and a medic going ham on this first mid fight. And I want to see, will the Roamers try and get behind Melee, going for the double skip jump straight in behind onto main, and he's up onto Grape, toe to toe there, but Alpha and Paragon have traded lives.
Takes down the Fragile. Ash with this, I guess, little bait play, just getting behind, and the rest of his team were kind of just blobbed up, just waiting for the aggressive players of Exertus to come forward. Takes down the medic, and Exertus aren't going to get that midpoint, unfortunately. It is going to be Street Hoops to come out with him in there. Alpha, though, with the extremely quick sniper switch up, so surprising to see him go to sniper there, but wonder if he's lining up Duatna. Is he going to find him? He is not. Oh, that's soldier. Can he get him? No, he doesn't. Fortunate for him. And this is probably going to cause Street Hoops to be even more aggressive. As actually, never mind. They have a defensive sniper of their own. Melo jumping in from this top area with the soldier. Does hit the skybox though, so not much happening there. Just gets destroyed. But 4-player suicide for Exertus. Do force out the Uber, but Exertus are not actually building, so they very well. They're not really going to have a solid Uber advantage pushing onto this midpoint, and Street Hoops do have that defensive sniper, so that's another obstacle to overcome when trying to push this midpoint, which is extremely good angles for snipers, as Ghana gets a pick and decimate.
I think they should just commit now and sort of go in and use the spawn advantage rather than waste more time waiting to build up this tiny Uber advantage, and it seems to be what they're doing. They lost Alpha and Decimate though, so they're going to wait for those respawns, but they're almost encouraging Street Hoops to push into them there on that right hand side on the red perspective. But Paragon watching that slim angle, hoping that somebody pushes that right staircase, but Onsu's going to test him, but Paragon has moved away now. It doesn't have that same sightline. Ash onto Alpha though, and Rando goes down to the stickies of Duatna. Deadbolt's going to clean up Decimate as well, and XTS are struggling to get a foothold into this mid fight. Both medics have Uber now. Mail is going to jump out and just crater there. I love that sound effect. Thank you, TF2. Yuki, what's going to happen next?
Well, we're just going to see Street Hoops once again with that defensive sniper, and Exertus are going to try and push off that, but they're not fighting a 6v6 fight right now. They're just going to lose some players as their Uber. Rendo's going to die, Alpha is going to die, so their post is going to be extremely weak. They do take down Ash, who was actually playing Scout. Paragon with a nice headshot on Decimate, who's trying to come up and take him down. But this post Uber just favoring Street Hoops, only down 1 player versus 4 players on Exertus. Just getting some spawns now. Deadbolt with a nice exit kill on Mailer. Just solid Uber and post Uber by Street Hoops, and it just seems they're more a fan of having those 2 scouts and the sniper versus 2 soldiers and a sniper, which it kind of depends on your team, but as we see here, looks like Alpha just picked off Duana with the help of Decimate, so just good play by those scouts coordinator there. They should be pushing forward. That is Exertus really aggressively into this sniper, not letting him get any good shots off, just pressure him, trying to make the shots actually as difficult for him as possible, and they do cap that point successfully, but the timer is really not in their favor. It is 33 seconds that Street Hoops need to have the cap to win it, whereas Street Hoops need to, Exertus, need to have 2 minutes 40 going on now.
Yeah, Street Hoops could more than afford to give up that point and just re-push when they have the superior spawns. They still have Paragon here, so they're hoping that he can make something happen. He's under a lot of pressure there. He will get healed up right now by Pure, who just picked up his charge, and XTS know this, and they're just trying to give them space to push here, give them enough rope to hang themselves, but Alpha's in behind, does kill Paragon after he gets that body shot onto Rando.
Zelensky drops Grape. Yeah, not exactly the best play by Abdul, actually just dropping that soldier there, but that's not exactly a good play by Street Hoops as they're trying to get in there, but they have a decent amount of time. But Benotti's actually pushing really forward with no ammo. Now Duana does get Uber, but he has no ammo himself. Meanwhile, there should be a flank going on. No, never mind. Looks like Decimate has linked up with the rest of his team. Uber is used. Decimate trying to get some chase going on here. Is going to maybe get Grape with the help of his team. Grape on 90 health, trying to get some love on that medic. Doesn't get him down. And unfortunately for Street Hoops, that Uber was, I guess, successfully beefed, if you want to use some sort of oxymoron, as it's like there's still a fight going on in this yard area, as Deadbolt does get taken down. Admirable.
Yeah, they just waited and waited and waited, and then like used it at the least opportune moment, and by that time The Fragile already had his charge up too, but now they've managed to engineer a situation where they have a significant man advantage and the superior spawns are going to be able to take control of the point here for sure. But how will they play against this? Potentially the last push of the round from XTS. They've got 30 seconds left on the timer. They will have time to get charge up. Fragile is moving forward with Rando on that cliffside and trying to avoid all this pre-fired spam stickies and pipes coming their way. The charge is going to come in, but Pure has his as well. So even after the Uber's trade here, unless they can cap the point real quick. Oh, in comes the block there from Grape. He's going to stop that cap from changing hands. It is still alive though. Oh, they do get the cap as well. The timers have been switched up, but a massive wipe there. XTS all have been undone. And there's the cap coming in. It's going to be a first round for Street Hoops.
Just solid play by them. I mean, there was that one point where they let up the point for about, a minute and a half, nearly 2 minutes. But they did consolidate in the end and came out with the round win. Interesting that they were, as I said, using the 2 scouts sniper as opposed to the 2 soldiers sniper, which is a bit more common for most teams, but enough of that. Got a new rollout happening, so see what happens. Not much happening now, just a bit of a spam battle right now, but honestly just getting some decent damage on those scouts. Melee are really low and Pure actually getting pretty low as well, so kind of just, a bit of passive play right now as Debol was the first one to go a bit forward, but Exertus just winning a lot. Great with a huge air shot on Decimate, just absolutely destroying him. And that's just going to be that midpoint win for Exertus. Unfortunately, air shots don't win mids unless it's like on last player on the point, I suppose. So solid play by Exertus, just capping up that midpoint there. But they don't have their full spawns yet. I wonder if students will try and get in here.
Yeah, I was watching the Roamer battles right at the start of that mid, but Ash just played on the little half rift there on the left and denied Mela with spam through that tiny corridor. But the one that got focused down really early, he's back on the field now though, and it is Uber versus Uber Paragons. The most far forward on the point from all the 20B players, and just about manages to get out with his life. They're trying to inch their way onto the cap here, get as much time on as possible before the Ubers are traded. Rando comes in deep, and Dewat has been forced off here, but the action on the flank is pretty much non-existent. Neither team opting to take that all-important fight. Paragon comes in again with Ash, and both players are super weak, the 20 and 30 health respectively. Mila's coming in on the flank as well, but meanwhile Dewat just walks forward, destroys Rando and Decimate, and XTS are going to use these superior spawns to come back in here, but the scouts of 20B step forward to create this space. They managed to pick up Badonsky. Alpha just about makes it out there now, regroups with Decimate, and they want to try and give them a taste of their own medicine. XTS really going for this fight, and the longer this fight takes, the more powerful these superior spawns for the red team are going to be. But just the damage and the focus fire from 20B is keeping them in the fight right now. They have managed to buy a lot of time on the point there, Yuki.
Yeah, just still hanging in here. Debol, even on 40 health, just trying to hold his own, just battle as much as he can. Uber is used on both sides. Seems Pure used his a little bit earlier, so Street Hoops are going to have to use that Uber to pretty much get out. As Duarno is still actually extremely forward, just distracting the players on Exertus, just jumping around like a maniac, just surfing, just living only just. That soldier is going behind. That is melee. It does get taken down though. Returning a kill on Paragon, but this is slightly favoring Street Hoops. As you were saying, those spawns are going to come into effect very soon. Just that extra couple of seconds is make a huge difference. And seems right now Exertus is in an extremely far back position, just near their back cliff side. And Street Hoops actually successfully capped the midpoint back up. So we've got a role reversal once again, and it looks like once again we have the Paragon sniper switch upcoming.
Duatna again with a brace of frags there as XTS tried to back out and regroup. The respawns are in though, but the health is looking slightly better for 20B right now. Obviously with that defender's advantage, they're able to put down a lot of hurt for both teams, and it's going to be Rando taking the game to Duatna. Forces the Uber, but the Fragile has a few seconds less than Pure. He's going to try and make it out, but he's going to get caught in no man's land. He dilly-dallied. He wanted to go back and be up with his pocket again, and then just got caught out there. Absolutely smashed. Now it's all on Grape and Pure to combine here to take out Badonsky and Alpha. If Grape New Alpha had 17 HP, he might switch it up to the shotgun, or is he running gunboats here? Double gunboats, of course.
Yeah, he's running gumbos. I was just gonna say, he wishes he had a shotgun right there, as he just wasn't able to finish off any of those kills there. It does get taken down. Meanwhile, Paragon with a body shot. Not really a fan of this offensive sniper. I would have preferred to see the scout, but Street Hoops with a slight uber advantage, but they're not building it very well. Deadbolt does die as well, so they're not really minding so much. They have those spawn advantage, but melee getting taken down by sticky traps. So once Street Hoops have that spawns, I wonder if they'll just try and push. As I say that, it seems Paragon once again opting for that offensive sniper.
And Ice is going to play Scout here as well. They're going for the dual Scout. Again, Dewatna really creating the space here for his team. He sees the XTS combo all hiding behind that rock, and he's getting a lot of easy damage done there, and in fact forces the Uber. Look at the health on Exertus. After this Uber fades, it could be disastrous, but Ash gives away a cheap frag there, so it might not be so bad. Deadbolt goes down as well. Big air shot there with that melee on to great. People blowing up all over my screen. This shit is crazy, yo.
Yeah, pretty frantic fight happening there. Just Paragon was either scout or just hit more shots than sniper. That would have been a completely different story. Unfortunately, the thing he was able to get was a couple body shots on Alpha and take him out. But spawn advantage coming for Street Hoops right now. They need to that matters, which is right now. 10 seconds left on the cap time for Exertus. If they defend this successfully, they're going to win this round. Grape jumping in aggressively on that top right, trying to get some pressure on. Does get taken down, but lots of frags coming in for Ash with the help of Deadbolt as well, getting that triple kill right there. Alpha going to get taken down as the offensive sniper. Ubers are pretty much even. I mean, Pure's going to have about 10% disadvantage by the time he gets to mid, maybe slightly more. But looks like Street Hoops are opting for a fort hold. Dewatna holding on this cliffside right now, opting more towards this main area now, as it looks like Exertus is pushing out.
Yeah, Alpha's going to play Scout for this one as well. No more sniper shenanigans. Decimate straight onto Dewatna though, and that's going to be tough for Street Hoops to hold on. Oh my god, Ash and Grape go down as well, and that Uber advantage has been used. Oh, it's within an inch of Pure's life. He does get it just in the nick of time. They will be able to kill off the fragile. They need to keep the point alive. He steps off the point for a second, but it was probably a tall order anyway. It's going to be 1-1 here. In this, the first map of the third and final round robin fixture, best of 3.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. They just bled too many players just before they got the Uber off, and Exertus used the Uber to just kill like 3 or 4 players, and before Street Hoops got their Uber off, they just lost the point and we're pretty much all dead. But new rollout coming in. Let's see what happens here. Dewatna with the first blood on Badonsky, the Demo Man, so very small damage output coming up from Exertus, especially with no aggressive jump coming from melee to buy time for his team. So that's going to be the end of that rollout pretty much, as there's going to be a little bit of skirmishing happening here and there on these slope sides, but nothing else really happening apart from that. Scout is going to get out. That was, I believe, Decimate, so it's just a reset right now, and Street Hoops just defending that midpoint. Meanwhile, Exertus somehow managed to build a slight Uber advantage, as there is some pressure coming out from Exertus already. I remember what this Badonsky is trying to pressure here, and Decimate does get taken down.
Deadbolt goes down there, slightly out of position. Oh, there's Alpha going down as well to join Decimate in the spawn queue, but those fast spawns coming in for the red team, it's not going to matter that much. Uber getting popped off here by both teams, but the Fragile has managed to make it out. I'm going to curse him right now as the flank comes all the way around from Ash, chases him round and gets that medic pick. Pure has survived for now. They're going to allow XTS to cap the point here before they immediately re-push with the heals. Neil is on the flank though. He sees Pure moving forward. He's actually forced into an engagement with Deadbolt here, so he won't be able to pressure the medic. And even though XTS just capped the point, it's going to be a quick change of hands once more as Street Hoops look in control in this, the third round here.
Yeah, definitely looking in control. They also have a slight Uber advantage. A soldier coming in there trying to get something done. Unfortunately, nothing really happens of it, but Alpha's going to get taken down. Meanwhile, Grape spawning coming up. Paragon does trade with Alpha as well in return. So 5v5 fight happening right now. Grape with spam position, just spamming up from this top area, letting his Demo Man take all the heals. Soldier does jump on the medic, doesn't get the pick, excuse me. Baylor flying in for the second pick as well. See what he can do. 17 health. Is he going to get anything done? No, all he's going to find is a sticky bomb in his face, and that is failed suicide by Exertus. Just a bit of a formality just while they build their Uber charge, excuse me. And once again, defensive sniper coming out from Paragon.
Yeah, great work by Pure staying alive there, and Mela probably could have had the jump on him if he decided to go right there instead of left at the last moment, but He didn't realise that Pure just walked away from the entirety of his combo to get a health kit. Here comes the Uber push right now from Rando and the Fragile. Again, Pure gets a few seconds milk before he pops off onto Dewatna once more. And Dewatna's trying to focus down Badonsky, has his choice of he or Fragile, but big distractions going on behind means that Dewatna's left all alone there. He's looking for somebody to follow up on his damage, but nobody's paying him any mind, and Pure has managed to survive. He's met up with Deadbolt and Great, but looks like they're going to have to give up control of the point for now. Still a massive time advantage here as the red clock just ticks past 2:30 compared to 55 for the blue.
Yeah, I guess the problem with that sniper showing, where if he literally isn't hitting everything, then he's kind of a detriment to your team. Like, Dewatna was forward thinking he had players to support him post-Uber, but he was just by himself really, as seems right now Streethoop's just getting solid spam on Exertus' side. Just so many low players in Exertus right now, 3 players in the red. Streethoop's just that complete heal advantage, just good heal rotation by Pure as well, keeping them in this, healing those scouts, and swapping to the domain, and then finally the soldiers. Not really paying the soldiers too much mind, just because of that double gun modes as well. So right now Exertus just on the back foot, just forced all the way back, and with 40 seconds left, that Streethoops need to hold the cap versus Exertus 2 minutes. Is just favouring Streethoops right now, the defending side.
Yeah, Streethoops maybe being just a little, or showing them a little bit too much respect. If they'd gone forward with the sledgehammer approach, they might have just wiped them, but they have allowed them to get that charge up. The Uber trade is Pure again for XTS, the Fragile. Running, goes up top. Ash is looking for him. He's reloaded a few rockets, gets him with his last rocket in the clip. But Pure will go down as well. The clock is still ticking down though, 10 seconds before Blue will be granted victory here. But plenty of red players up to contest the point. 2 minutes though, they'll have to wait if they want to take control and win this round themselves.
Just like, once again, Grape just there wishing he had a shotgun. Would have been able to easily finish off Badonsky. To where, like, bubblegum votes is cool and all, but the amount of times you're just like, fuck, I wish I had a shotgun there, god damn it. Enough of that, as it looks like Streethoop's coming in full force. Deadbolt does get picked off, but what are they playing on Exertus' side right now? Good all there, Vale actually behind on Pure does actually drop him. Streethoops, much to the chagrin of Streethoops, as they're not going to be too happy about that. Paragon taking down Alpha in return, him getting taken down finally, and that's practically a wipe that Exertus scored on Streethoops, and a bit of a reset. 1 minute 20 left. This is still defendable despite the Streethoops that the 2 seconds that Streethoops need to actually win this round.
Yeah, that's what they needed right there, that pick on Pure. But what's your approach now with only a minute left on the clock? Are you going to take your opportunity for a suicide wave, or are you just trying to slow push it and see if you can force it out?
It looks like they're going for those suicides right now. Pure building in spawn. Uber is not forced by Exertus. Well played by them, just good positioning. Not having any of that suicide play whatsoever. I would have preferred if honestly Streethoops just got a decent angle, worked it in a bit there, and if they had to, trade their whole team for like an Uber and some kills, because then they could come up with that spawn advantage and just push in after that. But so they're going for the suicides. Didn't work out too well for them, as right now they're pushing on this right slope. Deadbolt once again getting taken down on the flank. Just well played by Badonsky, just chucking some spam over there, helping his teammates out. Kills the trader meanwhile, both scouts. That's extra spawn is coming into play soon though. Dewatna just getting the full heal beam right now. Not really many heals going out from anyone else. Dewatna just on 260 health all day. Ubers are traded, with Streethoops just popping maybe a couple milliseconds after. But here come the scouts for this post Uber coming in right now. That is heals on the Streethoops side. Getting the picks on Alpha, oh not Alpha, Alpha, Fragile, Mela, Rando, and Decimate all dropping to that scout post Uber. And that's going to be the end of that, or it should. Alpha, no clutch plays there. And 2-1 in favor of Streethoops. Very close round, down to the wire. But overall coming out with a win there, and just playing much better with the 2 scouts than the sniper and scout, or the 2 scouts and sniper.
Yeah, I thought they'd left it too late there, but having the scouts like right at the end for the cleanup paid dividends, and both medics sticking with that medigun as they roll out here for the 4th mid fight. Mila trying to get behind it. He has made it behind, distracting 2 or 3 players. Rando's going to use that to bomb forward. Gets Pure with 2 nice rockets there. And this is going to encourage Streethoops to just go for it. Go ham, try and find the Fragile. They're all bombing left. They're looking for that medic pick. They're going to get it. Only Decimate remains alive against 4. He's just going to walk forward onto the point, it seems. He's trying to soften up these targets for his teammates. He knows he's going to spawn fast as they lose control of the point there. But what will the XTS play be? Or they know that Pure doesn't have Uber, they might just want to commit to this one.
Yeah, it's the problem with if you're not playing, you know, pretty tight around your medic. If you kill the other team's medic, expect the other team to just fly at you and just absolutely demolish you with that extra DM class advantage. But Rando does get taken down. Melee getting taken down Ash in return, but he also gets taken down as well. Low players on Street Hoops, that's the scouts, the scout twins, as people like to say. Grape and Devil both getting taken down. Duatma with the kill on Alpha. It's 3v3 fight right now, but the point firmly in Exertus' hands. There's extra spawns coming up soon for Street Hoops now, so Duatma are going to be contesting this from the right side with the support of his scout, taking down Badonsky. Scout trying to get some more luck on that scout, doesn't get him. This point should be Street Hoops very convincingly. Exertus should just give it up, no demo man, lost a scout, and just slow down, wait for their spawns to come in. But enough of that. Paragon actually getting taken down, and the Ubers are used on both sides.
Well, this is a bad time for Paragon to try and trade, and he didn't even get a frag for his troubles. Grape jumps back to the high ground there on China to take up a defensive position. They have managed to deal with most of the XTS aggression in this post-Uber phase, and they still control the points. So well played, Street Hoops there. Fradzile's gonna just about make it out there on around 20 health, but Decimate is committed deep here and will likely go down. XTS with the fast spawns though almost have an opportunity to catch out Street Hoops. Look at the health on Pure, down to 10. He's going to make it back for the kit there way back at Cliff, but they are taking up a more sensible defensive position now, and there is perhaps an opportunity for Paragon to snipe. I hope he doesn't take it, and they stay with the two scouts.
Yeah, definitely I'd like to see the two scouts also, as looks like Duano still committing to this fight, but Pure getting taken down from behind. Decimate with the help of Alpha taking him down. And that was pretty disastrous by Street Hoops. They had the right idea, it's just the execution wasn't quite there, as Paragon getting taken down by Badonsky and Melee taking down Ash. So Exertus once again firm control at this point. Down behind just a minute now as it's ticking over. So they're not completely out of the woods yet, but Street Hoops still have a chance to get in here and cap this point, as they're probably going to just be trying to push here, as yep, the medic is here, so they're going to be trying to fight here. No Uber versus Uber, just trying to get some good spam going on right now, but lower players are on Street Hoops. Their scouts are getting absolutely no heals with this pocket demo man style. Paragon just taking down Rando, that's a pocket soldier, so good fight by Street Hoops so far, but a lot of their players are still extremely low, but I like how they're still fighting, just constant pressure. Uber is used on Fragile. Pushing forward is that scout Alpha, trying to chase forward, see what he can do, doesn't catch anything. Melee getting taken down, trying to chase as well, so huge revenge on Street Hoops, and now they can push out because all their players are up, no need to wait for respawns. Need to just get a little bit of heals. Uber is used, Grape taking down Decimate, flying forward, trying to catch the rest of Exertus. Trying to catch the medic, doesn't catch him, unfortunate for him, but Street Hoops should be able to get this point, but they committed two players trying to chase that medic, and Exertus with that extra spawn are going to be able to be pushing off momentarily.
That's a really long spawn for Ash as well. 18 seconds flashed up. Grape and Deadbolt about to get back on the field, but Street Hoops are going to have to back off and give this one up. Neil poking ahead there on the cliff, trying to evade those sticky traps of Duatna as he waits for his teammates to respawn. They've given up control of the point, and now they're going to get buffs and get ready to move forward, but they're in a dangerous position here as the Fragile is on 90%. If they commit Pure too far, he may get chased down here. Once they release the hounds with this red Uber, they're letting them come forward onto the point. Pure is within range. If they want to just drop the hammer here, it could be carnage. They're going to let them touch the point, almost capping it. Now they're moving forward. There's action behind, there's action in front. Rando with a shotgun onto Duatna. Alpha's going to clean up Paragon behind Badonsky onto Grape, but Pure survives, so that's going to give them a good lifeline in this round, even though they're behind in time with this big Uber advantage and those spawns. It would be likely we'd see a change in hands here on this point.
Don't say the word carnage unless there's a certain depth assertive coming in, because then you're just going to make me upset. But anyway, enough of that. Teams, aggressive players going for Street Hoops haven't had to use Uber yet. They're going to be getting this point. Melee actually dropping Duatna, and Hippo getting taken down as well. Uber has still not been using Street Hoops' side, so if Exertus, I was going to say if Exertus try and fight there, then that'll be good for them, but they lost 3 players for that. And it looks like we have a pause. I wonder if Exertus recap in 90 seconds and win the round. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws right now, because it's what you do when you have a pause. You just say silly stuff and go with the flow.
Let's do that. I'm looking for something amusing. Oh, doesn't matter. Pause is
I
over,
see
buddy.
people sliding away around. That's pretty amusing, I'll admit. No one's
Stop the
actually walking or
silliness.
sliding. Yes, so much sliding. I think there's a sniper? No, I've got to fix my HUD. One sec, I'll let you take over while I fix it.
Back-to-back air shots there. I think Grape just air shot 2 soldiers sequentially as they came flying forward, and the XTS have been neutralized. That threat is no more, but it was just a suicide wave. I think Pure must have popped there actually, because or I haven't been paying attention, but either way, Fragile has a significant Uber advantage. There is very little time left on both clocks. Blue just about to tick into the lead as they go into the 8-second mark. They're just trying to back off towards the point, and with 3 players down, the XTS now pop their Uber. They're trying to keep that point from decaying. They're keeping it alive. The Uber's about to fade, but they're all on the point. Great opportunity for damage here. If only 20B had their demo man up. Doana is just about to respawn though, as the red team retake control of the point. Deadbolt feels it's time to go in and try and keep it alive. He can't. Doana on the respawn is trying to get in there, but he won't be able to. And this Viaduct looks set to go all the way. 2-2 here as XTS tie things up.
Yeah, just solid play from both teams, but in the end, Exertus coming out with the win there. Just Verdonsky, look at his points. He's on 70. He's just playing as well as he did on land. He's not even on 5 ping right now, so definitely just playing a solid game. Looks like he's opting for that cliff rollout. Meanwhile, Dwight opting for the floor left rollout. Grape just spam from that top right area at Reno. People just kind of high-five each other saying, how are you doing? Dwight getting taken down though by Verdonsky. Soldier flying in on Grape. Reno does get taken down. A lot of low players on both sides. Verdonsky is on 19 health, so he's not really going to be in the fight. And those spawns are coming out for Exertus slightly quicker though, so the longer this fight goes, as you keep saying, better it faves Exertus right now. As cap points still not capped right now. This is Street Hoops just not having any luck there, not able to finish off any kills. Pure trying to get out from this area, does get taken down by Mailer. So good play by Exertus there, taking down the medic extremely late, so that's going to buy them a decent amount of time, and probably expect to see some suicides from Street Hoops, but I'd like to see some slow play, as never mind, we have the Spewer.
I think as well the Fragile's decision to just heal both the scouts towards the end of that mid fight really secured the victory for them. Like, those scouts were just avoiding all those rockets and constantly chipping away. There comes that spy though. Ash is in the house. He's about to decloak. The owl-like ears of Fragile seem to have pricked up. He's looking behind himself, but no! He's gonna get backstabbed. Uber dropped.
Well, that's one Uber drop added to the stats, unfortunately. Fragile won't be too happy about that, because he's pretty sure you heard him, but he expected he'd pop out right after he decloaked. And yeah, here there you go. He's saying he kept checking his back. Unfortunately, he didn't check at the right time. Meanwhile, Exertus going to be hightailing out of there. Badonsky setting up a little sticky trap on the point, try and just buy time for his team to spawn. Maybe to hit it. Alpha actually getting a pick on Ash on the flank, so successful fight there going for him. It's trying to be a bit of a clown, tying up Street Hoops. And his players are actually up right now, so this could be still a decent point contest for Exertus right now, as Reno actually getting stuck on that rock, does get destroyed by Dewatna. Badonsky though with the pick on Paragon, that's actually a scout pick for Soldier, it's pretty good, but another player dying for Exertus, that was Decimate. Though Mailer flying in from behind, trying to catch the medic on the post-2, but does get destroyed by the combined heavy classes of Street Hoops. And here we go, that defensive sniper of Paragon. We'll have to see if we can hit 1,000 headshots this time if we want to see this be successful.
Yeah, I think they need to perhaps play more around him. They're like, he's pretty exposed. You can always run the heavy sniper for that ultimate gay combo, but I have yet to see headshot. Here comes the Uber actually, very early from the right hand side from XTS, and they're gonna send Rando in deep. Hasn't managed to do any damage onto Pure. He's sitting there on 150, and most of Exertus find themselves in the spawn queue. Well, 50%. Rando, Badonsky and Emila all dead right now, and Pure with a big advantage, encouraging his team forward. Cracking the whip here. Mush, you Huskies. Alpha's going to sneak in from just around the corner of the rock, but there was no gap left there. Solid play from Duana and Grape, keeping Pure protected. He hasn't even had to think about popping that Uber off. And XCS try to regroup and get some health up for some sort of suicide play, but they keep taking damage here, getting chipped away. Rando's the only guy with a buff, but he's going to back off with the fragile here. And they're so close to getting Uber, it doesn't seem like they want to commit to the suicide. They're just trying to see if they can get any frags chip away at somebody. Decimate goes down, but he's about to respawn, and it's a skip jump coming in from Rando and a nice bomb from Badonsky as well, but nothing. Oh, the Uber gets popped off just as I say that. It worked. 3 for an Uber force. I'll take it.
Yeah, but like obviously that's gonna waste a bit of time. Like granted, Exertus have those faster spawns, as we like to say. It looks like coming out through that main area. Duana with a nice entry pick on Alpha. Paragon dying though. 2 scouts actually down though for Exertus, as I say that. But those fast spawns, they're gonna be just fighting this still. They'd be happy to just have those players die and just wait a bit. But definitely wanted to roll in straight away with those players. But that's all good because they're all up in full health, fighting fit. Meanwhile, Hoop's still waiting for 2 players to get back. That is Ash, who's in the spawn queue, and Paragon, who just spawned. Shoulder jumps in, that was great, forcing you, but Duatna does get absolutely destroyed, but Pure is out with the scout. And going to be boarding out Uber on their spawn area, and slight Uber advantage, not slight, I say that, about 50% Uber advantage in favor of Pure, and slight foothold from Badonsky here, as I was meant to say. Just holding that cliff area. Meanwhile, the Dead Bolt dying extremely late to Alpha and Decimate. So, Streams do have their Uber advantage, so they do want to be taking this soon, as Duwadna does get destroyed by a nice sticky trap by Badonsky.
That's gonna take the sting out of this Uber advantage that Pure has. Grape's trying to deal with the distraction of Rando. I think he hit 2 air shots there, but does eventually clean him up. Pure uses this as his signal to Uber. They're going to be able to clean up Mela behind as well, but the Fragile is safe and sound in his own spawn, about to get an Uber charge of his own. The blue clock is active now. They're just about to go past 1 minute, but they still have about 40 seconds to make up the difference here. And Grape is going to hold forward. Deadbolt on the right hand side as well, and Paragon too, but their main combo, Duatna and Pure, playing back around the point here, and they need to be careful not to give away those cheap frags. Paragon's already gone down. Deadbolt will join him as well, and this might just be the most straightforward retake XTS have ever done though.
Yeah, Uber not even need to be forced until the last second there, I was going to say. So, Studio's going to be trying to get out of there extremely quickly, but their spawn's not really going to come at a really opportune time, and they don't have Uber either. So they pretty much have to go now if they want any chance of contesting this. Scouts flying in towards the point, Pure just trying to tie up the rest of the team for as long as they can, but that's going to be Exertus' point. They got it. The superior players, never mind, Pure actually gets the Uber in on mid. I completely didn't even see that. I was completely surprised. I just wrote him off. He must have got an Uber saw or something. As getting some heals onto those scouts, they actually do successfully cap that midpoint, and a lot of players down for Exertus, so the situation is completely reversed right now. It's overtime for Exertus right now, but 17 seconds left for Stream, so they need to hold this cap, and it's just exact situation reversal right now. As we see Exertus pushing here, but meanwhile Duana does get early pick. 2 scouts down for Exertus. This looks pretty disastrous for Exertus, but admirable.
Yeah, Grape really jumping in there and killing off XTS's attempt to repush. Just bombed straight into the combo that really distracted him and allowed his team to take the other fight on the flank with ease, and Street Hoops back in it, taking the lead once more. 3-2 here, and they are sitting on map point, first to 4 in America. It's going to be half time though. In Europe we play first to 3, but I won't be confused. I am super focused right now, despite the fact that it is 20 to 4 in the morning.
Doing almost like what I did for ESCA lane, where I casted from, I think it was like 1 AM to 6 AM, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, just extremely close game right now. Both teams just kind of taking turns at who's playing good versus who's making some, I guess, critical mistakes. So I don't know, it's hard to say who's going to win this. I mean, obviously Shootup's up that 1 round, but it could obviously change. So we have to wait and see. Like, I don't know, I just feel that both teams' scouts are just kind of getting picked off at these really inopportune times, which is just causing these fights to be extremely dicey, whereas if some of these scouts just played a bit tighter, then they wouldn't really be dying at these inopportune times. But I know this is all just speculation. Maybe there's some grand master plan that I'm missing.
You're absolutely right. Like, you see these scouts holding forward whenever they're in control of the point, and like the only players you're going to be meeting there are the fully buffed guys coming out of spawn. It's not that fight you want to take. You want to wait until they've been softened up a little bit, like hang back and clean up. Don't like give away that cheap frag. Even though you're a scout and you can run quickly from spawn, that long spawn time is just not worth that trade. But maybe there is a certain timing you can figure out there where you die and encourage the other team to push, then respawn just in the nick of time. But I don't know, it seems like
next level shit right there to just play for the next life. To be like some fucking, you need to be some clairvoyant to just be knowing the exact time to go in, but and exactly what you need to do. But obviously that is something that could potentially happen. Not the clairvoyant part, mind you, just like the actual playing off the respawns. But kind of hard to play the respawns, especially when you're the defending team and you just got the worst spawns. And we are going live into the next half, so it is 3-2 in favor of Street Hoops right now for this i52 qualifier. Protech already going, and this is to decide the second team. Mixup already 2-0, waiting for the next team in the grand finals, which is between these two teams.
Absolutely, I'm watching Dewana again trying to dictate this mid fight. He's always doing great damage onto Badonsky. He finds himself 60 health. Rando trying to go in and make the space. Look at the health on XDS. I see 4 players flashing red right now. Grape goes down to join Rando in the spawn queue. Both pockets down. Rando just back on the field now, but 20B will take control of that point now. Badonsky trying to do work, but Dewantna again is equal, keeping him back, keeping him contained there. And 20B, Street Hoops going to respect the spawns back off a little bit. They allow Exertus to cap the point. Now they're trying to commit to this, but they realise Deadbolt's down. They're going to try and drag the fight out a little bit and maybe pick off Mila on the flank there. No, he actually gets Paragon, and he's going to be assisted now by Alpha, who's streaming forward. Decimate as well, cleans up Ash. And it's still Uber versus Uber here. Neither medic has decided to pop off, but the clock has ticked down in favour of Exertus here. And as long as they can come out fairly even in this Uber fight, they'll be able to keep that clock ticking down.
It definitely is. Right now, Street Hoops just have all the positioning right now. Slight Uber advantage pop after them, and Rando does actually get dropped by Fragile. Neither player are going to be too happy about that, as Post Ubers are going to be slightly weaker with that little bit less extra rocket damage coming out. Mailer just trying to get some work done, but does get forced out, surfs away. Badonsky on the high ground there, trying to just get some spam done. A lot of low players in Street Hoops right now. Pure actually eating a direct pipe, and Deadbolt on 8 health, so Exertus going to be re-pushing it. They're down a player, but they have a lot of health. Like, if they were reading that damage right, then they could have potentially gone in there. Unfortunately, they didn't read it right, and they weren't able to capitalize on that health advantage they had. But they're pushing it now. Trade after Duana's used most of his ammo. Badonsky pushing forward, trying to just absolutely bully him out there. But the scout coming in and trying to support Duana almost takes down Badonsky. Doesn't happen. Just good positioning once again. Street Hoops just reversing the situation once again, pushing forward. Scout taking down Rando, and just players trading left and right. Duana and Paragon get taken down, and meanwhile only 2 soldiers down for Exertus, so he should be just poking forward a bit here, as looks like Uber's going to get forced in the position. No, it isn't. I thought Uber's going to get forced in the position that people didn't want, as Uber's now, there we go, finally traded. Rando jumping behind. No, Rando. Grape. Oh my god, these players are just confusing me with the stupid team color change. Grape jumping behind, trying to get some work done. See if he can just distract the team for his team to spawn, but Pure does get taken out, unfortunately, because he was a bit committed. And it should be just clean up time for Exertus right now. Canada's are in. They are going to cap the point, and this is just a constant fight. Oh my god, but once again taking down Admirable. This is just relentless aggression by both teams.
Yeah, importantly during all that, Grape managed to step on the point, and the whole time that Uber trade was going down, even though it looked pretty dire for 20B, they were getting vital seconds on the point. And even though their medic went down, the Uber was out of the equation, and they had the fast respawns because they eventually did lose the point. But this has been like pretty effective, pretty efficient for them in terms of running that clock down. Right now, they are finding themselves 2 down and having to give up the point once again, but the clocks are getting pretty close actually, about 20 seconds the difference, but an advantage for Pure here, and I wonder Has the Fragile been paying attention? Are they aware that they are disadvantaged? Look at the body language of Exertus here. They're all playing quite far back. Actually, Decimate's far forward there. 60 health, getting hunted down here by Deadbolt, but beat it into the rocket launcher of Mela, who whiffs too, and won't be able to find that frag on the flank. In fact, goes down himself, and that's not a good time to die, but it doesn't matter. The point changes hands and he will respawn pretty quickly. The Fragile almost gets pinned by rollers against the wall there, but survives long enough. They're going to have Uber now, and they will be beginning to re-push Alpha down though, so this fight they're taking is not really good in terms of the numbers, but they are going to go in and trade Ubers here. Just going past a minute on that blue clock. Street Hoops in the lead as they pop off their Uber, having milked a few seconds there. Rando goes down. Mela's super weak again, is going to go down. There's a big fight going on the point as Badonsky decides to step up and lead his team forward to victory. 7 HP. Demoman trying to focus down Grape here. He's just in a panic as Alpha comes in from the flank as well. And that's going to be a complete wipe there. Badonsky just stepping up and going huge on that point.
Yeah, just Badonsky just putting out the big damn, getting a 4 kill in the end. Well played to him, just as I was saying earlier, just playing an extremely solid game right now. Just kind of putting the team on his back, you could say. And he's getting, I think, like 1,000 less heals than right now, at least in the last half. As right now, Street Hoop's trying to push in there, but Deadbolt does get taken down once again, just constantly dying to those stickies. I don't know if it's a sticky trap or not. It's just, once again, both scouts, the twins, dying at pretty much the same time. One of them, they're almost just joined at the waist right now, just constantly dying at the same time. But Duana does take down Alpha, but Pure did die, and with 10 seconds left on the Exertus cap time, like, Troops need to go now, but I don't think this fight's going to favour them.
This would be a miracle. Grape has gone in with a skip jump off the red rock, trying to get in behind there. They've actually managed to keep the point. Like Paragon getting so much time on there. Again, this is like almost deja vu from the previous nail biter they had at the end, where the scouts came in and got all that time on. But this time, Exertus have the Uber in the tank. They're going to be able to pop off and clean up, and that's going to bring it to 3-3 here, and this is going to go all the way to the wire, baby.
Yep, that draw coming out right now just seemed like that Street Hoops scouts were just dying too often and at the same time as well. Like, if you want to lose players, lose like a soldier and a scout, not like 2 scouts, just because if you have those 2 scouts up, or at least one, you have the potential as the fight goes on across the other team with the mobility. But here we go, Mela flying in behind, doing like 27 rocket jumps, getting behind, not actually doing anything, but Pure and Paragon getting taken down. Mela finally going down before doing a little bit of damage, and that's a complete cleanup for Exertus. Medics are both traded, but slight spawn time. There we go, Rando with an air shot on Grape, both trading live, saying hi to each other, and that's going to be successful mid for Exertus, and looking pretty good for them right now.
Yeah, I was watching Mela turn a lot of heads there. It was 2 players turned around to try and deal with him and left Pure wide open for Rando to step in and get that frag. The fight continues though, as the superior spawns of the blue team encourage them to push forward. Grape's poised up on the cliff there, Pride Rock raining down rockets, but he's watched his demo man die. That must be heartbreaking. Right now both scouts of 20B committing to the point here. Paragon's gone down, but Deadbolt is doing his best. 2k so far, trying to continue the spree, but will catch a pipe as he tries to make it for the exit, but Dunsky denies him. And Pure got about a 20% advantage here. Might just be best for 20B to push now, in the knowledge that there is no Uber up for the Fragile.
Yeah, and there's a sniper up as well for Alpha, so if they're just extremely aggressive and send players wide, they could just absolutely crush them. But never mind, Duatna does get headshot by Alpha. But the flank on 20B is going in on that left side. Unfortunately, you don't really get anything happening. There we go, 2 players finally get kills. Deadbolt and Pure with a nice crossbow kill. Ash, meanwhile, on Fragile, is he going to get some good damage on him? Does get MGE shotgun by Rando. And despite the point being capped by Street Hoops, it's probably going to switch hands very quickly, as Exertus have full players up, going to be capping that point momentarily. Street Hoops not on very good health to really contest that, or let alone a good position either. Fragile also has Uber, meanwhile Pure on 85%. Duatna does get dropped, So that's kind of stunted this pushy, as it's just going to be a bit of a spam battle for Street Hoops while they wait for their demo man to respawn, as he will be up soon, so we'll see what Street Hoops decide to do for this next push.
Mila just flying around there managed to recognize that Dawana had slightly got out of sync with Pure. Pure was backing off as he was going forward, got that pick, and of course buying more and more time for XCS to secure this round. Uber coming in here from Rando. Pure able to milk a few seconds out of it again and lead forward with Dawana. Rando goes behind, and he's taking the fight with Grape and come out on top, and now he's going to be able to come in and try and crush the retreating combo. Pure will go down, and he's looking for another frag onto Ash, but the health kit there proves too much. Alpha going to chase ahead and clean up Dawatna as well, and this is looking like a strong round from Exertus, but I've been wrong before, Yuki.
Yeah, no, definitely both of us have been about this game in the past. It's just been so close, but looks like once again the Twins dying, so 2 scouts down right now, so Street Hoops not really in a good position to contest this. They're going to send some players in, but no heals on Dawatna right now. Finally linking up with Pure, but looks like Exertus is going to give him a little bit of ground just while they reload, get a little bit of health, and they'll just be able to refight this midpoint. Meanwhile, Mela and Dismay do die, but they trade with Dawatna, and Pure gets taken down by a flank by Alpha. So that's going to pretty much seal the deal of this round, assuming, like, I don't know, Fragile pretty much kill binds right now. So unfortunate for Street Hoops here. They do cap the point though, so I don't know, it could happen, but they did just delay Pure's spawn time, so there's going to be no heals on them for quite a while.
They got Badonsky though, so a lot of damage missing if Exertus choose to push right now. They're going to wait for that respawn and go with the sextet here. Demoman coming up and trying to move forward here. They're not popping too early, but they have favoured the early pop so far on this map, especially when they hear that sniper. They're going to lead forward with Rando again. He had a good exchange last time, but Mela working the flank has managed to pick up Ash. Badonsky onto Grape, and it's looking exceptionally good right now for Exertus as they've retaken control of the point, and the announcer tells us that there's 5 seconds left.
Yeah, that sniper wasn't exactly the best decision. Prefer to just see 2 scouts. I mean, this team wasn't really in a solid form, a solid grasp of the midpoint there, and the sniper was just the bad timing. Like, it could have worked, but the timing was a bit off. Unfortunately for Street Hoops, they did have that 1 round advantage going into the second half, but they do go 0-2 in this half, and as a result, that is 4-3 in favor of Exertus. So, good map, and now we wait for the next map.
Oh my god, that was a marathon, but it was at the very least entertaining. Non-stop action there. I think we could take a quick break real quick so I can relieve myself. So stay with us here on teamfortress.tv, and I'll keep you updated as to my bladder movements right after these select tunes from Truck.